be all ready and stuff. Do. We are live. At least I hope we're live. Checkity check. Yeah, we are. Is now live. Let's do this one more time in case came in the other way. There we go. Testing. I can see you.
Happy.
Happy,
Joy.
joy. Yep. Now let's pump out to the stream here really quickly. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Get out there. And let's see how much of a delay we get today. Wow, it's like quick. Wow, it's like quick.
Congratulations.
Like two seconds and it was there already. Wow. It is Ronnie time.
What a concept.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get ready to rumble is correct as we get ready to launch this thing. Hopefully it'll all work as expected. No guarantees, but you know.
Howdy, folks.
Hey, man. Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
I gave everybody 2K XP when you get a chance.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's launch this bad boy. Here we go. Hey, thanks, Ronnie. Should say thanks. I was just gonna say thanks, Lando, for propping up the druid.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that, kind sir.
Now you don't have to watch the ads.
But Ronnie said he likes ads. Oh, wait, crap. We got to get in game. I was just not paying attention. The music ended. I'm like, oh, crap. I need to. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the shit show. I'm Sean, your host, bringing you together, as always, the finest first edition gamers on the interwebs. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully, you guys had a nice little break. We had issues last week again. I don't know what it is, man. It's like every time somebody or we get ready to do a code release at work, somehow, some way, your humble DM gets pulled into said release. They have one tonight even, but fortunately I didn't get pulled in. They have the other guy on tonight. So, but I appreciate you guys and your patience, players. I appreciate you guys' willingness to come back even after I bail on you every once in a while. But hopefully everybody had a good little time off. I know I did. Spent this past Saturday hanging out at a code camp. If you guys are in the Central Florida region, once a year we have our big code camp, and it went off very, very well this year. So it was a great time.
Camp.
Learn the code, DM.
I'm trying. That's why I go to the code camps. That's what they tell me I should do when I lose my job. Well, if you just learn the code, you can go out there and get a job. So, well, what happens when artificial intelligence takes over all the coding jobs? Hey, now I got to learn to AI code. So that's what a lot of our code camp was this year. There was a lot of AI stuff in. So if you're into that, I encourage you to go check it out. But anyway, regardless, we are here tonight. We are here to game. For those that are new here, welcome. If you're an old hand, welcome back. I'm not sure who's all out there watching, but we appreciate you guys spending your Monday night with us as we are a first edition game team, traipsing about the interwebs, or tracing about the world of Greyhawk, I should say, via the interwebs. And let's talk a little bit about us. So every Monday, every other Friday, you can catch us right here on this channel. Our Monday game, of course, is first edition. If you like 5e, our 5th edition game is every other Friday. So come check us out. This coming Friday is a game week. All games are in Greyhawk. This particular group right now is in Central region, just to the north of the free city of Greyhawk, as they are traipsing about trying to find the hidden lair of a creature known as the Falcon. If you follow us, you know that you can help the players in their endeavor by granting them nat 1s and nat 20s. All you have to do is click the little coin symbol just underneath the chat box. If you have to watch us obviously on the live stream, would you just click that? It'll pop open a window. You can select nat 1 or nat 20. Spend the required amount of tokens to pay for it. The more you watch, the more you interact, the more that you do. If you're a subscriber, a follower, all that good stuff, you tend to earn tokens slightly faster than the normal folks who are not. But you can trade those tokens in and help the party out, like I said, with a nat 1 or nat 20. As always, I encourage you to get those in a little bit early, because normally nat 1s and nat 20s only last for the current stream. However, if you want to help the party as well as help the player of your choice for something that does not go away, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can give players a +1 or a -1, as you will. Basically, you give them 1 point that they can use to adjust their dice rolls up or down. And you know as well as I do how handy that comes in, because a lot of times you need a 10, but you're rolling 9. You need a 15, you roll a 14. You're just that one number off. And so now if you cheer 100 bits, you can let us know what the player of your choice is, and we will grant them that said additional bonus. As it stands right now, Varus is the only one with a nat 20, which does carry over from last stream. And yes, I know I said they don't carry over, but some extenuating circumstances depending upon when it was granted, if the player had the opportunity to use it, etc., etc. In this case, I told Varus last stream that we will go ahead and allow it to carry over, and I am a man of my word most times. And so, Varus, you do currently have a nat 20 on hand to use whenever you need it. As far as the pluses go, as I said, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can grant a +1 to the player of your choice. Just need to let us know who it's going to. Currently, your humble DM has a +2 and a +5. Deglin, you have a pair of +5s and a +1. Baron, you have a pair of +5s and a pair of +1s. Reese, you still have a +1 available. Ronnie, you have a +5 available. Varus, you have a +5 and a +2. And Zadkiel has 3 +5s available. As always, like I said, you just let us know who gets it. I will track them and let the players know if or when they can use them if they want to. But players, if you want to track it yourself, of course, and you didn't get what I said, just ping me and I will give you the numbers, like I said. Also, haven't clicked that follow button, man, please do so. Give us a follow. Hit the little bell thingy, I think gives you notifications. Exclamation point socials is probably the best thing you can do. Hit that link or hit that in the chat. It'll pop open all of our links to our Discord, to our YouTube, to our Twitter. And you can give us a follow in all those places. Let you know if, when, and where we are online, regardless of time of day or day of week. Just in case you happen to forget, you will get those alerts. So I encourage you to do that. And last but not least, also, I should say, if you want to help support the stream, obviously subscriptions are nice, but if you're not somebody that wants a revolving subscription, we do have a tip jar. You just go to our homepage on Twitch, which you should be at if you're watching this stream. And on there, you just look in just at the top of the bottom half there, just right at the top where all the links are and stuff. It's got a little thing that says tip jar. So hit that and you can give a tip. I encourage you, regardless if it's us, whatever stream you follow, if they have a tip jar, I recommend you use that because that goes all to the content provider. Instead of Twitch taking half and all that good stuff, you can give somebody a tip. The only thing that they get charged is the percentage fee of processing. So most times it goes to like PayPal, I think. So you pay through PayPal. PayPal takes their like 1% or whatever it is for a processing fee. I've said it before and I'll say it again. For those that know Cannibal, this stream deck that I got right here was because of a very generous Christmas donation that he gave me. And Twitch took, not Twitch, but PayPal took like, I think it was like $5 out of the donation or whatever it was, as opposed to 50% that Twitch would normally take. That's like 40% if you're a partner. But anyway, all different ways you can help support the stream. But the biggest way you can support our stream is to spread us by word of mouth. Let your friends, family members, coworkers know if they got nothing better to do. And even if they do got something better to do, put us on their phone and stream, and we'll just go along with them, whatever they're doing that night, but they can at least catch our stream. So, that being said, let us talk about what our players have been doing. So for those that have been following us, you know that the party was involved in an investigation of goings-on in the free city of Greyhawk with a cult that was worshiping some demonic entity known as the Falcon. Now, apparently the Falcon was just sort of a intermediary because the Falcon itself was supposedly trying to gain the favor of Ayuz the Old, the wicked demonic leader of the land of Ayuz, who was very big in instigating the recent world clash known as the Greyhawk Wars. And this demonic entity had a cult following in the Free City many, many, many years ago. And fortunately, a paladin of St. Cuthbert, along with some magi, worked together to trap the Falcon and banish it to a demi-plane where it was supposed to have been left forever. Well, something happened with the magics, and the cult began to revive itself here recently, and they sought to bring the Falcon back from wherever it had been banished. Well, the party interrupted their ceremony and routed the current cult, sent them scattering to the four winds, and then the church as well as the city sent their guards and watch and magi and clerics to cleanse the temple and essentially destroyed it so that it would never be used again. And our party thought that it was over when they were brought back to the temple of St. Cuthbert with the high priestess Aratai. They discovered that in fact, somehow, some way, the Falcon had gotten free. Apparently, the ceremony was good enough to weaken the barrier that banished her, and she managed to break through it. And so the party needed to try to find out where the falcon was. Well, in the diary of Talishar Thraden, the paladin who originally helped banish the falcon, they found notes that the paladin and wizards had spent many, many, many years trying to discover the lair of the falcon, because they knew the falcon was not just in the city, that this creature had a lair somewhere in the region. And they spent many, many years, decades, trying to find the hidden lair. It got to the point where only Mazab, who apparently was the youngest of all of them, he was a mage, very well known, apparently very proficient in certain magics like flight, levitation, things like that, but was thought to be a crackpot because of the fact that he believed that there were dragons in human form, and he could tell things about dragons that no other people would seem to know, etc., etc. So he was sold to everybody as being a crackpot by the Wizards Guild, and so he was pretty much left to his own. But be that as it may, apparently Mazab, in his research and travels, finally at long last managed to find the lair of the falcon. But before anything could happen, as far as assaulting it, Mazab has disappeared, and whoever was left has long since passed away. And so our party took up the mantle of hunting down and trying to find the trail that Mazab had left. And fortunately, in their research, they ended up finding in the temple a map that Mazab had drawn. And that map led, apparently, to the Falcon's Den. And so our party, putting themselves together, heading out on the trail, moved their way north out of the free city of Greyhawk up to Stonebridge, where they fought some giants in a storm, which was interesting to say the least. But they helped save Stonebridge, which is really just a little outpost that sort of protects the bridge from denizens that might want to cross over. Passing into the Dragonback Hills, which are part of the Cairn Hills north of Greyhawk. They moved their way north until they found a side track about halfway between Grossetgrottle and Stonefort. They found this branching trail, and that map led them through the wilderness up to the north to where they finally discovered what they believed to be, or could be, the Falcon's Lair. And I'll read the passage that I read to the party as they searched around for the Falcon's Den and they discovered it. Here was the passage that I read. You suddenly notice a large crevice in the side of the hill. At first, it appears to be just another gully caused by the running water as it runs down the mountainside. But as you investigate, you realize the crevice itself cuts far deeper into the hillside than others you have seen. The opening is overgrown with mosses and trailing vines. Footprints from various animals can be detected in the mud in front of the opening. It appears that a certain amount of animal traffic passes through here on a regular basis. However, the fast-growing mosses manage to replenish themselves quickly despite this disruption. And as they looked at it, they could see that this crevice disappeared into the depths. And so this is different from all of the other gullies and would-be caves and caverns that they had discovered in this area. For this one, cut straight into the mountainside, whereas others were just little indentations or maybe a small cave with some woodland animals sort of taking up in a small cave or whatever, but nothing that led into the mountainside. And so that is kind of where we left off since our last episode. Hopefully our party remembers, or at least if you guys have any questions whatsoever before we get started in tonight's episode, please let me know. Anybody?
I'm good.
All right. Can everybody hear?
I hear you, DM.
Cool. Reese, you with us?
Yep.
Varys is.
Reese is here.
Roger that. All right. So as I said, you now stand in this. It's roughly noonish time when you guys arrived up here. It is cold, probably in the mid to low 30s. Not a lot of wind blowing as most of the mountains sort of break it, although there is the occasional gust that comes flying through the gully that you guys are standing in as it's sort of funneled by the surrounding hillsides. All around, as I described earlier, you guys had originally been in relatively lush undergrowth and grass and small trees, but as you approach this area, the land became much more barren. The trees, such as they were more twisted and turned. The grass itself looks dead underfoot, although it doesn't appear to be just lying there. It still looks to be growing, but it's just brown and then sometimes black and sickly looking as you guys approach and found this crevice leading into the darkness. What do we wish to do?
So the grass is worn out, dead.
Yeah, basically it's like dead grass. You know, it doesn't look like there's any green left. Although it could be that's because it's winter time and tends not to be a lot of greenery. But the even to your eyes, Ronnie, or especially to your eyes, Ronnie, as you guys moved from one small region into this region you're heading into, the grass went from relatively lush and whatnot to more twisted and dead looking. Like the trees, not only are they leafless and whatnot, but they look like they're twisted almost. So the bark itself has like blackish rot associated with it. So this whole region just appears to be
A snake motif.
yeah.
Twisted, deadly, rotting, poisonous. There you go.
Yeah.
Seems
Well,
this evil
let-
falcon
let-
is
Let's look
affecting
for
the
a
land.
cave. Yep.
So what are we doing? Sorry.
So I was saying let's look for a cave or a entrance or
Okay.
look for guards. Maybe,
Okay.
well, let's find a place to hide or mount.
Okay. So
Yeah.
searching, it takes you guys maybe, I don't know, an hour or so to kind of search around. There's no real caves or anything that are large enough for you to stow your horses. However, you can bring them back up the trail a ways out of sight from where this crevice and stuff that you guys found. And there are like a clearing area where the horses can graze, and you could tie them to trees, if you wanted to string up a makeshift what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, where you could tie your horses up, like tie a rope between some trees or something to make a makeshift way to sort of lash your horses to, however you guys want to do it.
Yes,
But
we wouldn't
that-
want
that-
them to wander off.
That being said, like I said, there is no real cave or heavy underbrush or the trees overhead like blocking the view from overhead, etc. It's more or less wintry, if you will, but it's out of sight of the entrance, at least from where you guys were looking.
Place has an evil taint about it.
Yes, it does. So, assuming you are going to tie up your horses, or what else want to do?
Well, make sure we gather everything we're gonna need for the.
Gather here, and we want to make a little pen, or do we want to leave them where they can break free if something tries to eat them? What do we want to do?
Ronnie would know best.
There's a certain hitch knot you can put on that, with enough, force that it will actually let go.
Yeah,
If
and
they
that's
get-
what I was saying. I think that's what Varys was indicating. Do we want to?
Yeah. Because we don't know what the heck lives out here. There might be a wyvern or something roaming around.
We haven't
Right.
seen anything in the. We haven't seen anything in the way of flying creatures or hunt.
Just
or
normal animals, small birds, small rodents, stuff that you might see anywhere in the woods, particularly in the cold weather. They're not out as much maybe as during the summer months.
Well, I mean, giants attacked the
True story.
fort we were at, so there shouldn't be anything out here. I mean,
That is correct.
we have no idea.
Yep. That being said, you
Ronnie,
have not
want
seen.
to talk to something?
Yeah.
Find out.
Oh, is Ronnie with us? I'm not. I don't hear him talking.
I gave him a sub and he rolled it off.
I know. He didn't. He didn't put anything in the chat anywhere, did he?
Who's that?
No, Ronnie. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he said he'd be right back.
Oh, I did not even see or hear him. Oh, I didn't see it in the. It's in the game chat. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So that being said, doing a quick speaking with the animals, Ronnie finds that no, there are no big creatures like giants or anything here, but there are a lot of nasty creatures. They say inside the hills that come out at night and attack creatures or attack things at night, but nothing during the day that they've seen. So
Perhaps we could cast some protective spells upon the poor creatures so that they don't get eaten.
I'd rather than be able to run away rather than be sitting nuts. But
right. All right.
doesn't mean we have a boat. We can use the
Karen
boat to
has
sail back.
Okay. All right. So a makeshift. God, I can't even think. What's the word? The thing that you tie your horses to? Hitching post. Makeshift hitching posts. It is. As you string a rope between a couple of trees and lash up your horses, probably not quite 100 yards. Are you casting protection from evil on the creatures, Reese, or are you casting it on yourselves?
Actually, I was trying to look at it.
Okay. Yep. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Am I in the wrong place? Did I
You
do
are
that
not.
wrong?
No, you are fine. It's just as long as you don't click the word cast on it, you're good.
Oh, okay, there we go. Expand details. That's what I was looking for.
Yep. Ronnie No Blight. Whilst you were gone, your deity took over your body and talked to some local animals to discover that there were no like big creatures stomping around like giants or whatever during the day. However, there were some rather fell beasts that come out of the hills and the cracks and crevices of the mountain that go on hunting sprees deep in the night. So it is during the day, therefore, does not appear to be anything dangerous yet that you have seen. And that being said, you did not find any strange tracks in the mud and the earth around the crevice leading into the mountain either. It's mostly just animal tracks that you are familiar with.
All right, excellent.
Ah, this is not the one I had hoped. I believe there's one that protects a larger area.
So,
Do not have
yes,
that.
there is a protection from evil 10-foot radius. The paladin has that naturally upon his body.
Ah,
So
we're
anybody
not
within
leaving the paladin behind.
So anybody within 10 feet of the paladin is protected by his protection from evil, which gives you essentially a bonus on your saving throws, etc.
DM,
Sir?
does the paladin have like an anti-magic shell around him as well?
No.
Oh.
Nothing anti-magic, merely a protection from evil that all paladins have.
I got nervous.
All right. So as you guys hitch up your horses to this makeshift hitching line, if you will, and work your way back, as I said, you can see that the opening leading into the mountain is overgrown with tree roots and mosses and vines that sort of hang down through it, requiring some clearing out should you want to try to work your way into that opening. The opening itself is only about 3, maybe 3.5 feet wide. So it's a single file, and you would have to sort of turn yourself sideways to work your way into the crevasse.
Well,
What-
DM, Ronnie is capable of passing through such vegetation without any problems or leaving. Maybe I will walk through it and just see if I can discover anything for the party.
Okay. So, Ronnie, now is it? That's an automatic thing. You don't have to cast a spell, right, Ron?
Correct.
All right. As you begin to move your way through, everybody should hopefully see the new version of the map, or the new map, I should say. If Ronnie wants to begin to move his way
It's all
into,
black.
is
It's
it?
all black except for my icon.
Probably
Yeah.
because there's no light. And,
I see, because
Yeah.
I have
yep.
information.
I was gonna say, Varys should see. Hey, we have a light.
So Varys is standing in the entrance to the cave right there.
No, I just put him there because I didn't know where everybody was. So I'm gonna move Varys back, and we'll put
All right.
Ronnie. We'll put Ronnie up to the front.
All right. And those are just rocks right there.
Yeah, this is. You can just see it's just a rocky edge of the cave, right? So I tried to outline it as best I could. It's a very twisty, turny kind of a map. So me trying to draw walls on it was not that easy, but I did the best that I could so that you could
All right.
see. As Ronnie begins to move his way into the tunnel, you pass.
He attempts to grab his guy.
You're just not able to move him.
Yeah, I couldn't move mine either. I
It
tried.
says
I'm
movement
trying to
is
reboot.
locked.
What?
Yeah, I'm
All
trying
right.
to
Hang on a
refresh.
second. Hang on
Yep,
a second.
movement locked.
Let me see. There should not be.
Yep.
Vision. Oh. It is very interesting why it would be movement locked.
We are living in interesting times.
We are. Give me uno segundo. Unfortunately, I have never encountered this. So I want to make sure, first of all, the game is okay. Game paused. Game started. See if you can move it now because it's like letting me.
No,
Nope.
can't grab him.
Don't grab them.
What in the hell? All right. I don't know what the hell is going on. We're gonna have to fix this though, because otherwise, you guys won't be able to do any like combat or anything. I'm trying to see.
I have a suggestion,
Yep.
Sean.
Yep.
Delete all the tokens and just re-add them.
All right, we can do that. Let's do. So let me move everybody back here.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Really?
Nope.
All right. I wish we used to have the guys that wrote the system on here, so they would be able to tell us. But I don't know where it would be. Like, I don't see anything on the token where it has to lock anything. Appearance, aura, vision, light.
Baron. Oh, there it is. Yes, Baron was standing out in front of that cave all by himself, and he got nervous.
Yep. Just trying
Yeah, that's
to.
what's.
I don't. I don't. Sorry. Let me go to my settings here. Uh, do 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 do. Do, do. I am
But
trying
Baron
to.
is standing
I'm trying to
behind Holy
see.
Bear and likes it.
I'm trying to see. Does anybody know, or I guess you'd say, Varys, have you had anything where there's some sort of a setting that locks movement?
Nope. I've had, I, I've had, when people couldn't move their token, and I
Yeah,
deleted them and re-added them, and it worked.
yeah, that's what I'm.
So I don't, there's a way to lock the rotation of them
Yeah, yeah, and
on
that's what
the
I thought.
token,
Maybe that's why I thought
but
maybe there was a.
I never seen, not locking like on the map.
Yep. So
That's
I'm
weird.
I'm going through all of these right now. The worst thing I can say is I'm going to have to give me 2 seconds. I'm going to pop over to their Discord and
Tell them to stop making updates without telling you what's going on. I'm just trying to be funny, but that's weird.
all right, we'll see if they respond. But in the meantime, I am going to, and I really apologize for this. I've never had this, so I have no idea why it would suddenly. It's like I didn't do anything different. There's nothing on the map that I set. There's no setting on the map that says, "Oh, let's go ahead and lock movement for everybody." So, there's initial. Yeah, this is all for the map itself. I'm looking at. I'm looking at the settings, but there are no settings. The ambiance sheet's fine. So let's go to the tokens. Configure ownership. Let's see. Making sure. Yep, Daft is the owner of him. I'm going to look and see if I can, as the. Yeah, it won't let me. Doesn't say movement lock for me, but I try to move them, but it won't. Yeah, this is. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here, man, because it's not like I can. I know what I could do, but the problem is if you guys can't do anything with your characters and like move them or whatever.
Well, I went through all the things on the game settings and didn't see anything that would do this.
I know that's. Just ping the guy that writes it directly. So I don't know what else I'm going to be able to do here until I figure this out. Because if you guys can't do anything with your tokens, that's not going to help me any. Because then I'll end up having to move them, do all your combat, and do all that stuff. Let me try. I'm going to put this back on the city map really quick, folksies. And if you guys can you move your tokens on this map?
No.
See,
Nope.
this is something in the game
Yeah.
then that has it locked. And so now I'm going to have to go through every one of the frickin' settings. Let's go to the settings. Vision, auto encumbrance, HUD stuff, identification stuff. It's all fine. Yeah. No, that's all combat stuff. This is no bueno. I'm looking at the core stuff now. Token vision, light source. I am going to be extremely pissed off here very quickly. Actually, I already am. Mission. Nothing on here has anything blocked where, like, we can set permissions based on the level of player, like trusted player or whatever. Everything is the same. Ruler measurement, all that good stuff. Oh, this is default token. Yeah, that's just. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But until they answer, I am not going to continue to waste our time here. I am just going to go ahead and I will move Ronnie's token as he moves in. And I really apologize for this delay, but until they get back with me, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. So in the meantime, I shall move Ronald's token, and you guys are just going to have to tell me where you're going to move or what you're going to do, and then until we can figure out why the hell they're locked.
All right, DM, I'm going to be moving in there in an extremely careful manner.
Okay.
And at the slightest hint of a pit or a tripwire or something, I'm turning into a bat.
I would like to go behind Ronnie
Okay.
and use my 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Make sure I take all my gear off the horse. And I say, Ronnie, if you suspect anything, let me have a look.
Sure. Well, I really, from the all intents and purposes, looked like I already moved us through the.
Well, I only moved
wood.
just a little bit. I just got you guys out of the way, right? I can push everybody back. The reason I want to say is that right now, Ronnie can pass through all this without having to cut any of the vines and moss and everything down.
Oh, well, I was trying to.
Yeah.
I figured he was like parting the sea for us.
No, he's able to kind of move through himself, and you would be required to kind of cut your way through to get behind him.
I'll just burn it all down, lay it on fire.
Oh, you're gonna set it on fire? Okay.
I mean, I could. But
Well, you absolutely
wait.
could. Okay, you're gonna wait for Ronnie.
I'll wait and see what he does then.
Okay. All right, sir. Ronnie, you have infravision, right?
Good luck,
Yes.
Ronnie. Don't fall in pits.
Thank you. If I don't come back in 10 minutes, gentlemen, come get my body.
As Ronnie moves in about 30 feet or so, takes him a few minutes to get, but you can see that it straightens out a little bit and then it bends around out of sight to the right. As you move in, you part through the vines, moving some of the moss away to reveal a 5-foot high opening in the hillside. Roots trail down from the top of the opening and slimy gray mushrooms grow on the sides and floor of the gaping hole. You step into a tunnel entrance that's only about 4 to 4.5 feet high, causing you to stoop over slightly. A smell like a fetid swamp hits you in your nostrils as you pass your way through into the tunnel. As far as you know, Ronnie, even the sewers of the city smell worse than this tunnel as you walk into it. The floors and the walls themselves are packed earth, but the floor itself is muddy from the trickle of water that periodically slides down the walls, giving it a slimy surface. Mosses and fungi cling to the walls. The floor itself you find to be extremely slippery, and if you're not careful, you could slip and end up flat on your back looking straight up at the roots growing down from above. Some spots are noticeably bare, perhaps the result of someone or something tearing the fungus from the walls. But overall, this place is like a huge, mossy, slimy sludge tunnel that you're working through. You move for another 20 feet or so, and the tunnel bends around to the right. What catches your attention at first is, or I should say in this spot, it catches your attention that while your tunnel continues, you begin to see very small holes in the walls, not like in the middle of the wall, but like at the base of the floor, but they're only about maybe 8 or 9 inches tall, 10 inches tops, most of them. And as you move up and sort of can glance into one, you can see that it sort of disappears. Oh, shit. Sorry. I don't know how
And
that
Ronnie
happened.
fell down a trap.
No. What happened was that when I clicked on Ronnie's token, it opened up an overlay, and I couldn't see where I was stopping you, so it continued all the way through. So easy enough to fix.
These openings are too low to be murder holes, right?
Yeah, you don't know though. You're not with him. But that being said, yeah, they're like at a little over ankle high, between ankle and shin. But you can see these tunnels twist and turn into the darkness, and you can't see where they're at. Are you going to continue to move on?
Well, DM, I'm going to look at those tunnels. Do they look like rat tunnels? Do they look like vines would come down? I'm hesitant to move in there if the thought of a vine or a snake or something's going to come flying out of there and bite me.
Okay. So like I said, you're looking at these. They don't look. Some of them could be rat tunnels, but some of them are so small as to appear to be too small to be rat tunnels. Although rats can squeeze into some pretty small. But like every 10 feet or so, as you're looking, the holes anywhere from like 6 inches to like maybe a foot, right? And they're oblong. They're not necessarily just round. They're just very oddly shaped, as if maybe something scratched its way through and dug its way through, or it could be natural, like water seeping through has finally burst its way through some ancient time ago, and it left these little holes everywhere, but you're not really sure. But give me, go ahead and roll a petrification paralyzation saving throw, please.
Any
No,
modifiers?
actually that's not even a good check. Let's go ahead and just give me a wisdom. Give me a wisdom check, please. Just a straight roll, no modifiers. So you missed by 1, Ronnie.
Yes.
Would you like to use one of your points to success?
Oh, you know what? Absolutely, I would, DM. They're
Okay.
getting heavy.
All right, that leaves you a +4. So as Ronnie looks at these, you swear, you're not 100% sure, but you would swear that there are footprints in the mud and the muck of these little slimy things. But they're almost like three-toed clawed footprints. So you can't tell if it's a creature, but the way that you see them, it's almost as if it's bipedal, as opposed to like a rat or something.
All right. Well, DM, I'm going to pull out. Let me make sure and look in this thing first. This sounds like perfect chance for me to pull out where'd it go? The flesh golem pinky
Okay.
and roll it ahead of me just to see if anything is triggered by it.
Okay. Nothing happens as you drop or you roll it. It only goes maybe a foot as you kind of roll it, and it gets slimy mud on it because, as I said, the floor itself is kind of a slippery, slimy wetness with the occasional dry patch. But nothing appears to be triggered or anything.
Oh my goodness, damn! You're just trying to get me to step right into all that nastiness.
No, not at all. You've been walking in it the whole way, so.
Well, DM, I'm going to proceed a little bit further.
Okay. As you,
I can't see myself, by the way. It's all black. Well, it's not black where the party is and the tunnel is, but where you had moved me and I guess clicked on something.
Yeah, I put you back to where you should be, so you should not have seen anything, right? So you should see the tunnel you're in, and you should see
I
the
see
tunnel
the
head.
tunnel. I just don't see Ronnie's icon.
Oh, really? Well, that's kind of bizarre. How about we do this? Let's go and yes.
There he is.
Any better? Now I'm going to
Yes,
turn it off
sir.
and tell me, are you back now? Can you see after I turn the light off?
I cannot see Ronnie, but I see that it looks like I'm probably standing in shadow, maybe.
That's pretty weird.
There he is.
All right, I'm just going to do that just so we can move you along. As you move down the tunnel.
Now I can see something right here that I probably am not supposed to.
Well, no, you can't see around the thing, right? So it was very difficult for me to move these. But yeah, so you can only see to about right there when it bends out of the way, and you can't see anything past that. But it was almost impossible for me to do these twisty, turny, tiny tunnels on this map. So I'll do the best I can.
Roger.
So you continue to move around. As I said, you go for about another 10 feet or so. You've been gone about 10 minutes now if the guys tend to get worried. But you can see again these tunnels leading off in different directions. But the tunnel you're on sort of, damn it, swings back up to your left as you continue your way. Right.
I'm ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, right here you can see a little bit larger hole. It's about a little over a foot around, and you can see that it expands a little bit past it. It's impossible for you to fit in because it's only like 10 or 12 inches around at most, but you can see that it widens up and there's some kind of a chamber on the other side about 10 feet. God damn it.
There I went.
I know, that's what I said. This thing just really bothers the crap out of me. Every time I click on you, it opens up an overlay, and it's like, stop it. So then I have to
I'm
go
just
in and
going to head back to the guys, DM, and
Could I make a newbie suggestion?
what's that?
Turn off the sound. See what happens.
No, it has nothing to do with the sound.
Well, you really know that.
No, I'm just saying, if you look, like when I click on Ronnie, like if I click on Bears, I can't show it on the screen, but when I click on Ronnie's token, it pops up all of Ronnie's abilities on an overlay. And so if I click on him and go to move him, that overlay, it blocks my view. I can't see where he's at, and I let go, so I stop clicking, and I have to close the overlay, and by then it's too late. I've already moved him halfway across the map.
Yeah, so, overlay is a pain in the ass.
I know, and I'm trying to figure out a way that I can disable it, but I think it's part of their core system that won't let me turn it off. I might be able to. I think you can like, hey, here's where I want it to pop up, but if I change that, then it'll pop up somewhere else. So anyway, Ronnie is heading back to the crew anyway, so it's a moot point. As you move your way back, Ronnie was gone for a total of 20 minutes or so. As you guys begin to get a little nervous about where Ron Dog is, suddenly he appears coming back out of the cave, moving his way through the vines and whatnot.
Well, I tell all the guys for sure that, there's a tunnel. There's a lot of small little tunnels that offshoot that I could certainly investigate if I was to maybe shapeshift into a shrew or a rat. But it continued on, and then it seemed to open up into a chamber. So that's what I have seen on the other side of the vegetation. And now I'd be willing to go through the vegetation and wait for the party just to make sure nothing came out of the cave to attack them while they were fighting their way through.
Holy hell, something just happened.
On what?
I mean, like, this one, everything just blew up on me. I don't know if I have power surge or what.
Oh, was that you that left and came back?
Yeah, I mean,
I heard somebody
like,
leave and then come back. I didn't realize it was you.
I mean, his phone totally like borked, and like part of the internet borked too. So I'm wondering if there was some kind of power surge or something.
Not sure, but Deglin's gone too because he said he had to reboot his computer. But boy, tonight, well, I'm telling you, man, if you guys want to learn how not to have a stream, come watch us, man, because there's everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Yeah,
But
I was trying to figure out what was going on with like I was trying to talk about the overlay pane, but they need to be able to disable that.
Yeah.
I understand they were making it to shortcut things, but
Yeah.
that's what that macro bar is for, too.
Yeah, I know, right? So again,
they're kind of duplicating things they don't need to.
Yep, I am going to actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know there's a way to turn off the HUD, I'm sure. Enable combat HUD when selecting own tokens. So maybe that is the case. So now let me see if that. Oh, ha ha ha. So I don't know if you guys, now click on your token, tell me if your HUD pops up. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I right click on it, something pops up.
No. So if it used to, so a HUD is a user display. So
there's a user display all the way around it, telling me I have.
Well, no, not if you right click. Now listen, just pay attention. If it used to be, if you click on your token, a big pop-up would open as an overlay, and it would have all your abilities on it, right? And you can select your spells, you could select your saving throws. Everything was on the HUD, right? Oh. And that's what I was saying is when I clicked on any of the character tokens, it popped up this overlay over the top of their token, and I could no longer see the token. So when I was moving Ronnie, I didn't know where he was being moved to, and by the time I let him go, I had moved him all the way across the map. So now I just disabled that. So now if you click on your token, not right click, if you right click, you still get the pop-up that says, oh, I can target somebody, or I can go invisible, or whatever the case, or I can cast a light spell, or whatever you guys have on yours. But I'm just saying it used to be, it's like now when I click on your token, I don't get that pop-up anymore because I just went and turned off the HUD display. So
I'm not getting that.
Yeah, well.
Ferris, are you still?
No, but I still can't move it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
No. But yeah, I'm not seeing them pop up.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, because so if you happen to get the pop-up, it's a colored display. It's got a whole bunch of little icons on it that for each one of your spells, for each one of your abilities, whatever. If that if it pops up on you, let me know. I can show you. I can walk you through because I think you guys can configure it yourselves. I don't know if my configuration shuts it down for everybody or not.
No, I've got mine up, DM. I've used it for quite a few sessions.
Yeah, okay. I got mine up in the lower left corner.
Okay, that's fine. That means you guys can set the configuration on your own, and that's fine for you guys. But it bothers the hell out of me because, like on the stream view, I'm an owner of every token, so that whenever I change the map, it opens everybody's HUD for me. So I've got to click close for like all 6-7 characters, including Burly Bear. So anyway, let's see if we can't. Now that I've got my shit figured out, let's at least partially. Let's see if we can get the game going along at least a little bit. So as Ronnie said, he comes back and he informs you guys what he saw in the sense of a slimy, muddy tunnel. You'll have to be stooped over on your way in because it's only it's about 5 feet wide, a little over 4 foot tall. So unless you're under 4 foot tall, you're going to have to stoop over and sort of work your way down this muddy tunnel. Part way through, there are several small branching tunnels, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches wide, that just go off in all different twisty, turny directions, until he got toward a portion in the tunnel where he could actually see one of these twisty, turny tunnels run for about 10 feet and open up into a chamber. But the main tunnel continues along. So, and you guys should be able to see it on the map now what he was talking about. So, then, my good friends, what do we wish to do now?
Do we have a storm?
No, it just changed the music.
Oh,
It's supposed to continue on, but I forgot to turn on the infinity circle so that it went. No, that's fine. So it went down to the. I looked at. That's what caught my attention too. I'm like, why are we getting rain? Oh, I forgot to recycle the music.
It's a damn tunnel.
It is a tunnel. All right, players, let's go. What do you want to do?
Well, so I'll just tell the party I can move through and then stand on the other side in the event something decides to come out and investigate while they either hack or burn their way through.
Okay.
I suggest putting Zadkill in front. He's got the best blade to cut all that shit down.
Okay. All right. So Ronnie moves in a little bit. Zadkill moves up, grabbing his blade, beginning to try to cut his way through. It's not that difficult to cut your way through. It takes about maybe 15 minutes. Hey, they responded to me. Hang on a second as soon as I do this. It takes about 15 minutes or so to carve through and clean out enough space around the mouth of the tunnel opening to allow you guys to continue in. Oh, is the game unpaused? Yeah, the game's unpaused. See? Game paused? Game unpaused. All right. So then you guys now have freedom to move about the cabin if you wish to enter into the tunnel behind Ronnie.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to move aside to let our, more meaty guys decide to come up here, and I'll just be right here in the event, that I could throw some assistance.
All right. What order do we want to go in, fellas?
Safely in the middle.
Well, if it's safe and there's no traps, I'll follow Zadkill and let him hack his way through.
And as I said, he's already hacked in, so you guys now have plenty of room now to go in whatever order you guys want to go. He's hacked in, and it's only the mouth of the thing. It's not the whole tunnel. It's only the entry, like a little maybe a 5 or 10 foot indentation that he had to cut his way through. It took about 15 minutes to clear out enough weeds and stuff like that to give you guys passage into the tunnel. So I just wanted to know what order you guys wanted to go.
I'll bring up the rear, have Burly Bear be in front of me, and put Baron in the middle there.
Okay.
Reese, where do you want to go?
I will.
Because right now Ronnie's in front.
I can go right behind Varys.
Ronnie'd like to not be in front.
Okay. So then the paladin will lead the way, followed by, I don't know, Varys, you want to follow Zadkill, or do you want to lead the way since you're the elf and you're going to sneak your way?
I mean, if there's nothing hindering me, sure, I'll
Okay.
go ahead and
Yeah, there's nothing hindering you. Ronnie did not find any issues all the way up to the point that he described. So
okay.
at least up to that point, he didn't trigger any traps anyway.
Cool.
And so then I am gonna. This is the order it's gonna be that I'm showing right now. It's showing Varys, followed by Zadkiel, then Reese, then Ronnie, then Baron, Burly Bear, and last but not least, Deglin.
Perfect.
Is that fair to everybody?
Yep.
That's good.
All right.
Works for me.
All right. I am going to move everybody up to where Ronnie last left off, just because I have to move everybody. I'm stuck. This is what's going to take the longest, is me trying to move everybody. As I said, as you guys come around this bend, you see the small little tunnel that Ronnie was discussing. It is a tunnel here. Well, you can see all the little tunnels running off in different directions, but you can see this tunnel here right in front of you. That gap is only about not even a foot around. But so it's like looking through a peephole, kind of looking up,
Okay.
kind of like looking into, and you can see a larger chamber on the other side. You can see your main tunnel continues down around here and bends around down here. You can see it bends around to the left.
Do I see any light from here?
No, there is no light anywhere in this chamber. The only light coming off is from Reese's spell. I believe it's one that's Reese.
Does it shine in enough that I can look in
Yeah. So
without putting my eye on it?
yes. Yeah. You kind of crouch down and you peer in. You can see it runs for about 10 feet before it widens up into a larger chamber. And you can see, well, you don't see anything. It eventually goes into darkness. So like right about here or so, it's like dark.
Is the hole big enough for my 10-foot pole to slide
Yes.
in?
Yes.
I will poke it in a little to make sure there's nothing
Okay.
like gonna jump out and
Yeah.
eat me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As you slowly tap your pole, moving it further and further in there, your sharp elven ears pick up the sound of a squeaking, a chitter, and suddenly you watch as a rat runs across the top of your pole and disappears into the darkness. Sort of startles you for a second, but
Okay.
poking around, you find that, yeah, it does not appear to do anything.
Alright, do we want to mess with trying to get into the chamber beyond, or want to bypass it? You want to make
Well, I'd
yourself...
rather not stay in this narrow.
Well, it looks like they're all kind of narrow, but...
Well, I don't know that everybody could get into that room. So
No, we'd have to probably break a way in, and that might make a bunch of racket. So...
And it is pretty solid. It's like earth, right? It's like a tunnel, right? So you would have to dig out the rock and earth and all that stuff.
Or somebody has a spell.
Yeah, true.
Alright, well, I will go around the corner then
All right.
and look down this hall. Check for poke a little with the
Okay.
staff. Look for traps.
All right. You continue around the tunnel, and again, you can see more of these little small branches sort of disappearing into the darkness. When suddenly up ahead, you can see that your tunnel that you're sort of crouching your way through opens into a larger chamber that extends up into darkness as far as the eye can see.
Well, I wait until more light comes this way since I have only so far information.
Okay.
Do I check this area for traps
Okay.
before proceeding?
All right.
You mean to make a roll?
Oh, yes, sir.
Alright.
Woo! As you succeed. So you find no traps. Um, it just looks like slimy mud, etc. As I said, the tunnel that you're on finally opens into a less muddy and more rocky chamber. The walls and ceiling, from what you can see here, Varus, are slimy and slippery looking, and the floor looks to be nothing more than a sea of mud with a few rank puddles in it. There are
And
no
the front oozes
Okay. There
and
are no
slides.
there are no there are no detectable footprints in any of the slimy mud anywhere. From what you can tell, I'm just going to move you up here so you can kind of get a
Yeah, and
better view of
I'm
them.
gonna ask the June to come up and
Okay.
have a look. And
As
I'm
you
paranoid after having encounters with slimes and oozes before.
right, which would make sense because this place really stinks and it's rank. Um, so anyway, as you look in, you can see that the chamber itself is where am I? Make sure I have a description. The chamber itself looks to be maybe 60 feet across, 40 or so feet high, 50 feet wide. So it's not a complete circle. It's rather oblong. You can see that there are two openings opposite from, and I don't know, why does your infravision 60 feet, right? Yeah, that's weird that it doesn't show.
Yes, is there a term? It looks like there's a
No, that's
term.
what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. That's just the like. It's trying to tell me. Wait, 10,
You don't have
20.
10-foot squares, right?
Oh no, you know what? It's supposed to be 5 foot squares. I'll bet you that's what it is. I apologize. I'm going to look at the map setup. It's supposed to be 5 foot squares because the chamber is about 60 feet by like 50 feet.
Yeah,
So I think that
I think it thinks it's 10 foot.
yeah, it's got 10 foot. That you are correct. So I just want to make sure just to see it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yep. So I just want to make sure. I don't know how I ended up doing it. I thought I changed it to 5, but we're going to fix that right now. Ah, shit. Hang on a second. Instead of hitting 5, I hit F5.
Oh no!
So give me a second while my page. Dan, if it can go wrong tonight, man, it's going wrong. Give me a second while my page refreshes. Because I am a knucklehead. All right. Monkey's not going to be able to make it because he is someplace where we don't want ever be. That's all right. Here
My
comes my map.
condolences.
I think he's okay, though. I don't think it's him. All right. Let me zoom in. Let me go back to the map. Remind me to do 5, not F5. I am such an idiot. Save changes.
And how
And
many?
your map should be. There
Oh,
we
there we
go.
go.
There we
I can
go.
see. I
Yep.
can
You
see
can.
something here.
So
Ah, this
as you can
is-
see, you can't see the. Well, you can barely see some smallish tunnels like you've seen
I
previously,
can't
right?
see those as a
Well, that's what I'm
corner.
saying. Yeah. So
I can
there.
see this
Yep.
one
Yep. But you
and
do
the one
see
up
that
here.
across the room. Well, yeah. There's
Yeah.
all of these that you see up here are
No, out of
essentially
sight.
the
Right
small.
there.
The real small tunnels, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm gonna kind of move you in just so you can see because technically you can see across. You can see that there is a wide normal size opening here as
Oh,
well
okay.
as over here.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
off to the top and the bottom, you can kind of see.
Well, I want Ronnie to come look, and I'm gonna look up and down, left and right, poke the area ahead of me, make sure there's not an ooze waiting in the muck.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? I think this is the perfect opportunity for Ronnie to become a bat and fly around using his bat sonar and bat skills to investigate this place.
Hey, Corvus, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Batman.
Appreciate you, Corvus. All right, so Ronnie, you turn yourself into a bat, and now you tell me where you wish to go.
All right, I'm trying to use my bat skill here. I can't tell which one's which. One of these will be
Bam. There you go. Ronnie, now you guys watch as Ronnie sort of moves up, and suddenly he shrinks down, and you hear this squeak, 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 squeak.
Well, I don't see where I've moved on
Oops,
the
sorry.
player's vision.
That's because I moved the wrong guy. I moved. There we go. That's because I moved Baron instead of Ronnie.
All right, DM. Well, I'd just like to circumnavigate this room and, just check things out while the guys are staying back out of danger.
Ronnie, give me a search check, please.
All right.
Yes, actually give me like four of them, one for each of the cardinal. Nice.
Look at that.
Holy shit, Batman. So, Ronnie, as you are
on our DM.
As you are flitting around, as you pass by some of these little tunnels, you notice that there are small creatures in there, not like rats or anything, but small bipedal creatures. And as you flit by, they just sort of look, and you'd swear that if you didn't know better, that they were carrying tiny little spears.
Do they look anything like the pygmies we met in the Barrier Peaks?
These things are way smaller. I'm talking probably, give or take, 6 inches tall, 7 inches tall.
Oh, okay.
And as you fly around, you can see that there is an opening leading into a large chamber on this side. And you can see that there is a large man-sized tunnel headed down this way. Why is it not? It's weird. It's not showing Ronnie's vision. There we go, because I didn't have him selected. But anyway, you can see a tunnel disappears out of view. But these are all sort of man-sized tunnels that you're looking at. And again, as you flit around down here, you see there are some more tunnels. And as I said, you spy one of these little creatures down in these tunnels down here. You see a couple of them sort of looking in the
like an ambush.
Well, I don't know if an ambush, but they're just sort of, they're not just standing there, but they move in and then they sort of go back, like maybe they're coming in checking on something, and then they sort of disappear again into the tunnels.
Well, DM, before I turn them, I'd like to go into that far room over there where it continued opening up while I'm in bat shape, since once I lose bat shape, it's gone.
Okay.
On the screen.
Yep. Okay.
And do I see any like non-light, or is there light sources, or is it
No.
pitch dark?
No, it is all pitch dark everywhere. And right now, all you can see is your, oh, snap. So Corvus gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. No, 5, I mean. Cheered 500 bits. Awesome, dude. So that means 5 people. 5 people get +1s added to their character. Who do you want to give it to, Corvus? I will add the additional +1, 1 each. So everybody, even though there's 6 characters, I will give everybody their +1. So that means Deglin, you now have a pair of +5s and a +2. Baron, you have a pair of +5s, a +2, and a +1. Reese, you got +2. Ronnie, you're back to +5. Varys, you have a +5 and a +3. And Zadkiel has 3 +5s and now a +1. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Corvus, by the way, can't miss him every Friday or every other Friday on our 5th edition stream as he comes in and drops all kinds of half-orc goodness. So, all right,
Mad loot.
he is. So as you look in, um, the the chamber itself is extremely large. It is full of like muddy sludge throughout the entire place. You can see that it's relatively clear and void of anything, but you can see bits and pieces of material lying about. Things like uh, old rusty dagger laying here or there, spikes from something, but whatever they were attached to is long since decayed and gone, bits of armor fragment laying about, etc. But as you sort of flyer out, that's essentially what you see. And I'm going to give you a whole view of the. I'm going to move you through the whole map so you can kind of see the whole of it. You can see that there are a pair of large tunnels leading out the top of this, but there don't appear to be any other exits. And what's very interesting to Ronnie is you notice that there are none of these small little tunnels that you've seen everywhere else. There are none of these little small itty bitty tunnels anywhere in this chamber. Give me one more search check. All right. Just as you're getting ready to fly out of the tunnel, you see there's something like wallowing in the mud and it's buried up underneath it, and then it slowly disappears again as you make your way back into the rest of the group.
All right, DM. I'll fly right up behind Varys and Zadkiel there, and I'll turn back into a human. Actually,
Okay.
you know what? Before I do that, DM, I'm gonna fly into that room number 3 right over there where we didn't go through, where it was narrow, just to give it a peek see.
Okay. So as you fly in, you can see that this is a small chamber. It's only about 4 feet tall, but it is wide comparatively to everywhere else. You can see there are tunnels leading off in different directions, all of them super small and super tiny. But over here, you could see this creature, whatever it is, it's extremely tiny. It won't let me open up to. I wonder. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong. What the heck? Oh, sorry. Not the. This is not one of those creatures. This is a rather sizable rat. As it walks its way back into the chamber to the left, and as you sort of fly over there, you see that the chamber off over in this direction appears to be full of rats. There are like all kinds of rats, sizable rats, in this chamber over here. But you do see there are some of the strange looking creatures as you fly around. And as I said, you can kind of see this creature. I don't know if this will let me. I don't know if it's going to let me, because usually there's a thing on there that says I can show the party or show the player, but it's not giving me the opportunity to say, oh, show players. Is there a way to, just looking to see if there's a way to do that, but usually there's a way that I can show the players or whatever, but unfortunately it kind of reminds you almost of a gremlin, but it's not a gremlin. It's like this hair. It's not hairless, but it's got really thick, coarse, sparse hair all over it. It's got these sharp fangs coming out, and he's almost like looks like a mini bat with a big plump bluish gray body. It has no clothing whatsoever, but it is sporting what it looks to be in its arms or hands a spear, but anybody else it might be like a dart or a small dagger of some kind, as it sort of marches across and heads across the room, heading toward the rats, doing something in the rat chamber, and then coming back and marching his way back up in that direction.
All right, DM. Well, I'm gonna go down and materialize into a human in the midst of the party,
Okay.
and I'm gonna relay to them that we have a a number of rats immediate behind us, and describe those bipedal creatures to them,
Right.
and then tell them there's some kind of that this room just past us has all these little tunnels, and there's some of those bipedal things almost in a overwatch or an ambush type formation, and then in a far room it looks like there's been a lot of people killed, and there's some kind of a slimy turd monster. I let them all know I can't turn into a bird again until tomorrow.
Do you suppose the little men are raising the rats?
I don't know. I think that they're all. I'm guessing they're watching their a guard force for the front.
Well, we want to wipe them out or try to talk to them or what? If they kill, I mean, if there's a pile of bodies, they're probably not friendly.
Yeah, I suspect we're about to be encircled at any moment. If we go into that room number 2, that it's gonna where we came from is gonna be closed off. They're gonna pour out of those tunnels, and then that turd monster is gonna come through that other gap.
Wizards, don't you have fireball? Why don't you just burn them down?
Okay, that's great in a enclosed tunnel.
I mean, we can stay back here, lure them out, and burn them up.
Well, perhaps we can
I mean,
keep
I have
ourselves from getting surrounded.
I can also turn invisible and sneak back.
Well, we are not in a very defensible position as we sit. So we should move either forward or back.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we move into room 2 and kind of take positions up against this north wall, we might be able to at least keep anything from getting behind us, and then leave this large area available for area of effect type spells. That's what Ronnie thinks.
Sounds good. I'm okay with that. Daylin, you and Reese wanna like one of you in the middle, one of you on the end, and then Sandhill and me.
I'm already on the end.
All right. Well, how do you want to line up then? All right.
I'm already on the end, so let's just go as is.
All right.
All right. I don't know why it's so.
Really would help if we can move.
I know this is what's it's killing me because it's like I can't. So all right. So who put on the map where you want to be, Varys? I'll just put everybody where you're going.
Like in this square right here.
Okay.
That way we can all kind of just line up toward the opening.
So the first thing that Varys notices that as you step into the room, the sludge sinks up to almost your knees. The first step.
Even with the
which boots are you wearing?
Boots of speed, I believe.
Yeah, boots of speed. That doesn't necessarily mean you can walk on water. That just means you got haste. But as you sort of step into the chamber, the first thing you find, as I said, is you sink down into the mud and you finally find at least terra firma at about your knees. As you start to...
yeah. So I'm gonna tell people we're gonna be hindered moving in this unless we can make like a platform or something.
I might be able to suck all the water out by destroying water.
Looking at the chamber, it is centuries of water and mud have seeped in, or centuries of water have seeped into this. So I'm not sure how much water you can destroy. But yeah, it is.
I can't see the room on the map, so
yeah,
I can't tell how big it is. You said it was 60 by 50?
It's 60 foot one way, 50 foot another, and about 30 or 40 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of that much water, but I could probably dry off the top, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. But still, it's a matter of it's like a thin layer of ice that you would be stepping through.
Ah.
So anyway, regardless, as you begin to step in, you are correct. Your movement is halved. Although Varus, because you have boots, you're at normal speed now. You can't double speed, but you can move through this room at normal speed. As you begin to,
Well, I don't want to go too far then.
yeah, yep, no
Otherwise,
problem.
we're going to be
Yep,
taking forever to get out of here.
yep. Give me a search check, please, Varus.
Sure.
This is where you kick the Vorpal blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that Holy Avenger list one very good.
Yep. All
And
right.
then I say time kill, because I have to give my much.
All right. So, Ronnie, where do you want to be moved to? You just let me know. I'll move everybody in there, and then we'll go from there.
Off to the left, DM, against the wall.
So you move up, and you're essentially with Ronnie. Give me a search check, please.
All right.
Zadkiel is going to move just to the right here. All right. Ronnie, off to your left, like right here, you can see that the wall is completely dry in this area that's about probably 2.5 feet wide by about 4 feet tall, as opposed to the rest of the slimy wet wall. Reese, where do you want to move into?
I will follow Paris. Yeah.
Okay.
To
Well,
the
I'm just saying.
left.
Okay. Off to the left it is. All right.
That's
as you
Paris
move
right
in.
there.
Okay, and
yeah.
Baron
Yep.
will follow up and see if he's got a clear area where he could cast a spell if he needed to.
Yep. He can move in, and he moves in right here. Deglin, where do you want to head to?
I can't see, so I'll just put myself at like the end of the row or whatever. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And I'm just going to say that Burly Bear is right behind you, by the way. So Burly is like, as you guys step into the chamber, as you're moving into the chamber, as all of this is going on, from across the room, you hear like gurgles, snort, and growls, and suddenly moving through the I hate this. Moving through the far entrance, you could see what appears to be some sort of a bear-sized creature with like these huge tentacles coming off it, and it's like a big open gaping mouth, and it sort of gurgles and chortles and screams as it moves toward all of you.
Is that only here?
Yes, audio.
We fought one before.
Yep.
We some of us have.
All right.
I believe those are abominations, and Ronnie doesn't like abominations.
Let me.
Have at it, Essential.
Baron doesn't like anything with a big mouth and teeth.
Yep, exactly. All right. Let us discuss actions. Ronnie?
DM, I'm going to shoot it with my blaster.
Nice. Burly Bear.
He's going to hold tight, DM, and guard the rear in case any of them little pricks try to get to us.
Gotcha. Deglin.
Kind of the same
Kind of the same.
as Burly Bear.
Okay.
Man, that music's loud as hell.
Well, you can turn it down on yours. I've got it really low on mine, so let me better.
I have it silenced on mine.
Yeah. Yeah, you can silence it on your own by going to the music tab and making it go all the way down.
Oh, okay.
Baron, actions?
Web.
Well, it is. All right, Reese?
I'm readying my sling.
All right, Varus?
I'm going to turn invisible and stay right here.
All right.
And
And
stab
Zadkiel?
it if it gets closer.
And Zadkill is going to draw his blade and wade through the mud at it. All right. Everybody's actions as we begin combat.
That could be very good or very bad.
Yep. As the
That's very bad.
creatures gain the initiative.
You put a plural on that SDM. I don't think you meant to do that.
What's that?
You pluraled that creatures. I think you just meant to say creature.
Oh, sorry, my bad. However, as you see coming up from the mud right in front of the other one is a second of these monstrosities. And all of a sudden, all around the chamber, you hear cackling squeals and chitterings as appearing in the tunnels around you are numerous of these creatures that Ronnie spoke of. And you see them pretty much coming through all of the openings around. But the creature's movement is 60 feet as it comes charging across the room. Right about here. Oh, as it is not hindered by the mud.
What is he, a turd surfer?
Pretty much, as he, let's see, I believe, let me get there. Combat. They get 3 attacks, 2 tentacles, and a bite. So we'll just go right down the order.
Is there a second one in the chamber?
It is. But they're not together now. It's all the way across the chamber, slurping up out of the deep mud over on that end. But anyway, the first one targets Reese with a tentacle. Oh, I take it back. It only gets 2 attacks. It gets 1 tentacle attack, but it has 2 possible attacks to use with the tentacle. That's why. So I can either grapple you or I can just strike you, and then it has a bite. So it only has 2 attacks. So tentacle attack going at Reese as it swings and misses. As it then targets Ronnie with his bite. Oh, swing and a miss. Bada.
That's what we like, DM.
Yeah, whatever you say. Oops. Sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. But come on. Seriously, it's going to do it every time. I have to add these creatures to the combat, so sorry. I should have added them at the beginning, but I figured it'd be just as easy to add them as a surprise. But it keeps bouncing.
We are surprised.
Yeah. All right. Not as much as you should have been. So then, let us go now to the second creature, as it is its turn. As it moves across the chamber. This time, first tentacle goes at Zadkill. Oops. Dang it. Let's target Zadkill. There we go. All right. As the tentacle attack targets Zadkill, misses Zadkill as it then targets its bite attack on Baron. Oh, and he misses Baron as well. All right. That is it for these guys for now. Varus, you become invisible, but you still have your full movement to move away, to move around.
I don't know. Well, I can move my children suddenly.
Oh, look at there. That's maybe because it's combat. That's kind of funny. That's kind of interesting. We can do it during...
Kind of less than used to me, but...
Well, no, see, I'll take time out. What that does is it lets you know where you started from. So if you have to move back, you can move yourself back where you started from.
Oh, okay. Sure.
When it leaves your turn, that ghost will disappear.
Well, yeah, I can't backstab yet, right?
That is correct.
So,
That is correct. Now, I will say, as you move, you do see these creatures up here have appeared in the tunnel, so you can see them as they've appeared
yeah.
as you're moving. So anyway,
Well, I'm gonna stay here behind it and try
okay,
and stab it this turn.
okay,
I'm gonna save the little guys for AoE. Hopefully.
gotcha. Okay, all right, Ronnie Noblight, you are up.
All right, damn, I just targeted that monstrosity.
Okay. Can you do me a favor, Ronnie, and try to move your token after you do this?
Oh, yes.
As Ronnie hits. Why did it not roll the damage?
It did, 18.
Oh, it's weird because for me, that is weird. Okay, it just now showed up on my screen. It's like, what the heck? 18 points of damage? Let me see if it took the damage off of it. I don't think it takes off automatically anymore, which it doesn't look like it took it off. Let me see what the other one has for its.
I'm going to do my
yes, it
second
did.
attack.
Yes, it did. It did take its. Yeah, it did take the hit points off automatically. Cool.
All right, well, I'm going to take my second attack, DM.
Okay. As Ronnie hits. Look at there. Nice. Another 18 hit points of damage. Let me make sure it took it off.
And it did allow me, I could move, DM.
Yep, I saw. That's nice. I like it. Thank you, sir. Okay. For that one, it did not take the damage off automatically. That's kind of strange. You know what? I wonder. Let me see something here. Sorry. Nope, didn't.
When he moved it,
you know what? I forgot.
Targeting off.
Yeah. Well, not only that. Well, not only that. I think what it here, if it doesn't take it off automatically, I can right click and apply damage, and it'll do it for me. So, I forgot about that. It's like some of these new things I'm trying to remember. All right, Reese, you are up.
Well, realizing that my sling is not going to be effective at this close range, I will stuff that in the pocket of my cloak and draw the mace. Right. And if I have enough time, I will try to strike.
I will allow it because as it's moving in and you realize you're not going to get ready in time, therefore you switched your weapon to the mace to play whack-a-mole or whack-a-audio.
Okay. And let's see, what do I do?
Target.
Mace.
Yep.
And attack.
Oh, strike, get a hit. Do thy damage, sir.
Let's see, where do I roll?
So if you look on yours where it did the roll, all you should have to do is click damage on the chat.
Oh, I see.
Just click damage and then click whatever. And it says you did 5 hit points of damage to the creature. Let me see. And it's weird because it automatically, because I think that's right, because now you've targeted yourself, Reese. That's kind of strange.
Didn't want to do that.
Yep. All right. So is that it for Reese?
Yeah, how do I undo that? There we go. I was checking to see if I could move.
Is that it for you, sir?
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yep. Let's say combat movement, fine. Regular movement, no.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Zadkiel takes aim with his blade. He's going to use his +2 sword to attack creature as he hits. And I believe it's a large creature, so it should roll a 12 for me. Yes, it does, as he does 9 hit points of damage. Make sure it came off, which it did. And that is Zadkiel's turn. Dang it. All right, Reese. Sorry, Baron, you're up.
I'd like to cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Don't forget to target the creature first.
I've been trying to figure out how to target it.
Should be able to either double right click or click on it.
Double right click. Okay, that's what I need to know. No, that's not working.
So if you click on the creature, and then on your token controls on the left hand navigation, you click the top one that looks like a person, and then click the second one on the second column that looks like a target, and you should be able to target and then click on the creature you want to target.
Okay, let's see. Person, target.
And then click on. No, that doesn't look like it targeted it.
No, it doesn't look like it targeted it. But it's got a really nice display around the character.
Yeah. I don't know why you have such an issue targeting the thing. It's like all I have to do is right click and click the target. Everybody else just double right click. Maybe you just don't do it fast enough or something like that. It's got to be a quick double click or something. I don't know. But
I'm trying.
Go ahead and cast your damage on it. Doesn't matter, and I'll just automatically apply the damage to it. All right, and
Okay.
just do damage all 5.
We have 5. We have 5.
15. Is it all at the same one?
Absolutely, the one that's standing in front of him.
Roger that. So you guys watch as these bolts of energy lash out or come flying off the fingertips of the mage, blasting into the body of the audio, causing it to shudder as it like forces of hammers slamming into its body. But the creature absorbs it and it does not fall. But you can see that there are definitely bruises and welts where the missiles struck into the body. And you did 15, so that leaves that many. All right. Is that it for Baron?
That's it for Baron.
Deglin.
All right. Am I in attacking range?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I had to step forward or something.
I'm going to move you just a little bit just in case the game tells you you're not close enough.
All right. I'm going to hit him try to hit him with the rod.
Whiff. Swing and a miss. You missed by 6, just so you know. So that means you don't have enough points to.
Nope.
All right. Anything else?
Might step back again.
Okay. All right. Burly Bear is still holding as we go back to the top of the order. Actions next. Burly's holding. Deglin. Anything?
No change.
Okay. Just the mace. Baron? Or the rod, sorry. Actions for the next turn?
Absolutely. Magic Missile.
Okay, spell again. Reese, you're going to use your mace this time?
Winning the mace again.
Roger that. Ronnie Noblight.
I'm going to shoot that monstrosity again, DM.
Roger that. Varus, you are now invisible, so you can get your +4 on your backstab.
Yep.
And Zadkiel is going to do the same. As the party gains the initiative this turn, as our Magi go first, therefore, Baron, you are up.
Okay. Still trying to figure out how to target this thing. I'm clicking all over the place.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm able to go ahead and target myself. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so I don't understand that it's the exact same way that you target yourself, you would target the creature. If you do the exact same thing over the creature token. It is absolutely bizarre that you can do yourself, but you can't do the creature.
You should be able to select the token, hit the T key, and it should target it.
Okay.
So, I didn't know that. So click on it, highlight it, hit the letter T.
Okay, let's see. Click on it, highlight it, and hit the letter T.
Yep. Boom. Targeted.
By the gods!
I didn't even know that trick. I'm glad somebody's reading their documentation.
Okay.
That's why I have Oshmitai in my name.
All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Nice roll.
Nice
Thank you.
roll.
Did it fall over?
No, it did not, but you pummel it with 5 blasts of energy. And don't forget to deselect it. So you got to select the T letter again. It should deselect it, I believe.
My
Nice.
God. Oh, no, now it targeted the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. As you blast into it, you watch as it sort of stumbles back for a second, but it regains its footing as it is not down, as it is a hardy creature. Varys, you are up.
Alright. Let me try to hit this guy. And magic sword. And
Oh, nice hit. 25 to hit.
now we still need to fix this damage.
Well, I think that the way I think by the rules per se, it's 4 times damage, right? So it's not you roll it 4 dice. It's like you roll a dice and multiply by 4. And I think that's the rule that they implemented. I don't know that there's
Well,
an optional one for that or not.
I mean, it's the same difference.
Not necessarily. So
Backstab is damage times 4.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the way
Yeah.
you can apply it is, do I roll 4 dice, meaning I get that, or do I take a dice times 4? So it kind of works out
Yeah.
average wise, but yeah, so it's like you could roll a 1 and now you've done 4 damage, or you could roll a 12
Yeah,
and I get 48 damage.
And that'll just piss me off, and I'll
Yeah.
drop out. I'll leave if that's how it's been made. Because that's
You're-
not how it's been playing the whole time.
Yeah, I guess
So-
I don't know that I can change how the options are, so I'll have to look and see. if
Oh, I
there's
mean, I can
options
roll
are.
it manually too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Alright, so I did 14 with
Yep.
the times 4, which
Yep.
is,
Yep. All right.
yeah, it's actually, alright.
All right. Ronnie.
No.
Oh, no. As Ronnie slams the creature, but you see it just sort of bounces off its slimy hide. No damage done.
Would my +5 make a difference?
Let's see.
I rolled pretty bad.
You rolled a 3. You hit.
Well, I'm just going to take my second shot.
Okay.
How are you getting 2 shots?
He gets 2. You get 2 shots from the device,
Doggone it.
and missed by 9.
All right, DM. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, the blaster has always gotten.
Oh, okay.
Reese, you're up. Swing and a miss. Missed by 8. Any movement or anything after that?
No.
All right. As Zadkiel targets the creature, he gets 2 attacks this turn. Oof. As he hits, my eyes are like watering all of a sudden. Oh, as he slams into it, 13, as he splatters the creature, as he then, let's see, his movement's pretty good. So he's going to move up here for his second attack.
So
And,
much for that idea.
oof, man. Sorry, man, my eyes are like watering. I can't hardly see now.
That's the wacky tobacco, DM.
I guess so, as Zadkiel strikes this creature as well. with his
Oh, he's
second.
using his wooden sword.
Yeah.
I thought he was using his keen blade.
No, he's just going the his +2 blade. So 12. Oh, it didn't target it. Damn it. Hang on a second. Sorry. If anything could go wrong this game, it will. But sad kill as he takes down the second one as well.
All right. Little
Baron.
men, we have defeated your guardians.
Baron, you are up.
I don't have anything to do unless I
Nope.
can see those little creatures.
No, your vision is not good enough to see them. So I'm going to say, you can only see the light being given off right around here. And it's only like about 30 feet away or 20 feet around, I mean. So it's like 10 feet in this direction. So you can see you can see
And I
to
see
right
nothing-
about here.
I see nothing else.
Actually, I take it back. You can see there's one right here, and there's one right there. So that you can see two to your right. You see two of these creatures.
Okay. Let's see. Click. T. Okay. Burning hands.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now, if there's anything near it, fan of flame, 3 foot long and 120-degree arc.
Yep. Nice. As you target the little creature, your hand comes out, spreading flame. The little creature erupts in flame, and you hear it screech in pain as it dies there on the floor.
Did I catch any of the other ones?
No, it wasn't
Okay,
wide
well-
enough or long enough. It was just the one that was right there.
That's what she said, DM.
Oh. Anything else for Baron?
No.
All right, Deglin, you're up.
I just cast a spell.
Are we still in combat, or
We are still in combat because you see these creatures loading up and moving into the tunnel. It looks like they were going to support the Audiugs, but right now they're still in the tunnel, so it looks like they're getting ready to attack you.
They're behind us.
Well, they're in all the little tunnels, so you can see probably out to this far. As far as the light would go, right? So you can see wherever the light shows them.
I'm gonna prepare a spell then. I'm not gonna do. I'll just use my turn to prepare the spell for next round.
Okay.
Okay, can I see this one?
Yeah, but you can't cast a spell now. You already cast your spell.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's whatever's in range of the light. So it looks like, yes, you should be able to see it because it's in range of the light being given off.
Okay.
But I'm not sure who's got the light spell on. I don't even know who's got the light spell on and why it's so far out.
It's not me.
I think
have
it
a
was-
cunning plan.
Looks
I
like
think it was
Reese
me.
has
I
it, yeah.
have lantern on.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking because it's
That's the
got.
wrong.
Oh,
the wrong thing.
it's got a 40-foot radius. That's why. No, that's why. Okay.
All right. I didn't know that we could see these guys down here at the bottom. So can I get there in one in
So maybe
14 and a half feet?
yeah, because you can move half your movement.
So I can do 100. Okay, so I'm gonna take a swipe at this little bastard.
Okay.
Don't get them wet, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Natural
Don't
20. I
feed
like
him
it.
after midnight either.
That's like a home run with the rod of smiting, isn't it?
It's pretty much.
How many of us saw that movie in the theater? Raise your hands.
I'm raising my hand.
Them too. Go ahead and do your
And
damage.
Congratulations.
Nice. Did you do critical? Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
did it? Yeah.
Yeah, because it adds the 8 automatically. All right. As you take out yet another one. As we watch, as you guys take down these two massive brutish Audiugs, as well as taking out a couple of their comrades, the remainder of the creatures bug out. As you watch as they sort of shriek and disappear back into the tunnels.
Ah, little men are cowards.
So
Well, I'm
you
going to let
have,
the party know that there might be a secret door right here next to me where the wall is not slimy and it appears to be dry, like there may be air behind it keeping it dry.
I will come over and have a look.
all right.
And,
As you search, as I said, like right here, you can see that there is some sort of a dry area around where the rest of the slimy, wet mud is.
Well, what would you like me to roll?
Um, just find remove traps.
Oh, that.
So as you search, you do find that right there it actually is a door much larger than the door than a door of say these small creatures would need. It's actually close to man size. It's like 4.5, 5 foot tall, couple of feet wide that would easily, when open, allow you to slide through it.
All right. I would like to tell the party that I found the door and see how it opens.
All right. As you sort of play around with it, you see that it really is just like a loose type rock, and you manage to get it to budge a little bit, and the edges sort of break away, and dirt kind of falls away, and you feel the stone block moving. It's on a hinged pivot almost, and it opens up, revealing a chamber beyond it.
Um,
Ronnie
I,
goes, "Oh."
I will poke the 10-foot pole in
Okay.
and check for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a trap check.
And
While he's doing that, DM, Ronnie's going to cut off one of those flappers off of an O-Tug.
Okay. Yeah, you find no traps at all as you move into the chamber.
I'm go in further and
You can see
look
that
around.
inside this chamber is completely dry. There's no
Oh,
mud, no slime.
nice.
You can see there are bits and pieces of rope, as well as, like, especially down in this area, bones littering. You see one is a full skeleton, in fact.
Oh, well, hey, I found the body. Go have a look.
Okay. Go ahead and give me I don't know, a search check, if you will.
uh,
All right. The skeleton itself has what looks to be the remains of rotted leather armor on. Does not appear to have anything else on it, but you can see that there are pieces of rope tied around its wrists, but the rope has long since rotted away.
it was a prisoner, maybe. Or someone that escaped
Yep.
and then found this place to hide and died here.
All right.
That's a
Perhaps.
good idea. I hadn't even considered that.
So, other than that, the chamber itself is empty.
Okay.
But there's a tunnel, a little gremlin tunnel right there too, DM.
No, you don't see that. I just
They
can't. I
wanna,
just can't put a thing over it to hide it.
Roger.
does anybody else want to look around any?
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna.
go give me a search check. Go ahead and give me a couple search checks for you guys that want to search. Yeah, again, it appears to be an empty chamber as far as you're concerned.
So did it go from? It was combat that unlocked our ability to move. Is that what happened?
I guess maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Suddenly it just
Tough to
started
remember.
working. Yep. Next time we can't move.
Just
I
throw
like
a
it.
monster at us, and we'll
I like
slaughter
it.
for 400,000
No,
experience. and get
nothing
smoked.
that an ancient red dragon can't fix. Let's go.
I mean, you can try to start combat and end combat and
Shaking
see.
here.
That's actually a good thought. So as you guys are moving, again, you're sludging and trudging through almost knee-deep mud. Ronnie, as you get over to where you're at, you find what looks to be a thin rope that runs. It's tied to a stationary thing at the bottom, like a stationary outcropping, but the thin rope runs straight up the wall to the ceiling, out of sight. But you can't, because you can't see that high.
So it's
Whatever
almost
you
like
do,
it would
don't
tug on a
pull
trap
it.
door or something.
Not for sure. It's like a rope that's tied off, but there's tension on that rope, and it runs straight up the wall. And it's so wet and slimy and muddy that it literally just sort of sits in the mud. You wouldn't have even noticed it had you not gone over to where that little cubby hole was, or that little hole in the wall was. And again, this is just a little 6 or 7 inch hole type high hole that sort of disappears into the darkness of the rock.
Well, I'm definitely going to tell the party about that because Ronnie is flummoxed.
I want to come over and have a look. Does
Okay.
it look like it might trigger something to fall?
Yeah, give me a find remove traps.
Like they might tug on it and knock something
Yeah.
on you?
Yeah, give me a find remove traps.
Yeah. Pull that back up.
So as you look, you see, and you're like, this looks like exactly what you thought. And you follow the line, and your sharp eyes follow the line all the way into the darkness across the ceiling, and suddenly your eyes make out
Ah, there it is.
in the ceiling above the center of the chamber. You can see a large net of some kind sort of stuck to the ceiling. Would not have seen it had you not really looked hard, or now in this case been able to follow.
I'd like to cut the rope so
Okay.
it's triggered.
You cut the rope, and you watch as this large net about 20 feet square falls squarely down the middle of the chamber, squishing into the mud.
Well, I saved us from that trap.
All right. Where
Now, we want to proceed on across the tunnel?
I'm thinking we ought to.
Well, might as well. I'm gonna keep an eye out for any of the little guys.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. As you guys move into this large chamber.
And I have my psionics prep, DM.
Yeah, sure you do.
Look for Satan's lair. Yeah,
All right. Let me as I said, this is the area where the large audio creatures were first spotted. You can see that this room the mud is not quite as deep in here, but it is slimy and dirty. You can see that there is just all kinds of garbage and sludge and remnants. But what's interesting is the only thing that really sticks out is that all the leftover stuff is mostly metallic in nature. Old rusty daggers, bits and pieces of armor that have been broken off. Probably looks like they have partially
Somebody
chewed
have
through.
detect magic.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, I was
Oh,
asking if
asking.
one of the party members have detect magic and start poking around with my 10-foot pole.
How do you find your holy adventure?
Well, we got that rod too.
Oh yeah, maybe you can use that. Save that to see if we can find anything in this mess.
Yep.
Wand of magic detection. Still got 54 charges on it.
Oh, it can be recharged too, right?
Yeah, it's rechargeable.
Bad Kill moves in to join you guys.
And this room's not as deep in slime as the past. Or the
Yeah,
last
it's a little deep, but it's not as deep as the last one. The last one came up to your knees. This one's maybe shin deep, so it's maybe a few inches less. But it is completely full of gunk. But you do see that there are a couple of chamber or a couple of tunnels leading out to the north. And as you guys step in and begin your search, we are going to pause for a break because my eyes need it.
I hear you.
All right, sounds good. Be back in a minute.
Yep. We will, for those that hang with us, again, this has been not a great session, but that's okay. We are going to listen to the smooth, silky sounds of our very own monkey boogers once we get past the ad. The ad's got 23 seconds
As the
before
first
coming
black
back.
certified master chef in America, I'm driven to empower the next generation, helping them turn their culinary dreams into reality. It's important for me
I
to
hate
nurture
ads.
those who
Hate 'em
one
with a
day shape
passion.
culinary history.
Discover more about those making
Go away,
culinary
ad.
history and preparing to make their mark at Publix.com/Black History Month. Publix, where shopping is
Monkey
a pleasure.
tells me I shouldn't be seeing ads, but obviously we do. So we shall be back. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and I apologize for all the snafus that have been occurring since we started this damn game. So we will.
Not your fault.
Oh, I know, but it just seems that every time something could go wrong, it does. So we're going to take a 15-minute break, and we will see you guys when we get back. Hopefully you'll be with us. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll be back in a few.
I'm Cheryl, and I'm living with sarcoidosis ILD, a type of interstitial lung disease. ILD is hard to diagnose, but if you have it, you need to know now. The sooner you know, the sooner you and your family can face ILD together, because you cannot walk this walk alone. If you're out of breath and have a constant dry cough, it might be asthma or COPD, but it could be ILD. Ask a pulmonologist and keep asking until you know. Learn more now at lungsandyou.com.
If you travel, you know when it comes to love.
See you soon.
Can't wait. The sky is no limit. You know with your Delta Amex card, being oceans apart means meeting in Aruba. And booking award travel with your card means saving 15% on Delta flights. You know kissing under the bridge of sighs guarantees eternal love. Because you're the long-distance lovebirds. It's why you're a Delta SkyMiles Platinum American Express card member. If you travel, you know. Take off 15 discount not applicable to partner operated flights or taxes and fees. Terms apply. Visit go.amex/you-know.
That's kind of weird.
So, you've got an idea for a business, the store of your dreams. There's just one thing to figure out: everything. That's why Shopify's all-in-one platform makes it easy to sell online, in person.
This is absolutely bizarre. I am looking at the stream, and did I like pause my stream or something? Because I'm looking, and it shows live, but it does not show what's actually. Yeah, the stream is frozen. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me refresh my page just to see if it's the stream or it's just my web page. Nah, man, my stream is frozen. That's hilarious. I guess I should have asked Corvus who the Nat 1 was for. Did he say?
That's probably for you.
I think he said you,
It
DM.
was you, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw
Yep.
the Nat 20s and or the plus ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, it said Sean, you hear that one.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Give me just a second here. I spilled my drink partially. Fortunately, I have the reflexes of a tortoise and I was able to catch it before it completely spilled. Nothing on the computer. I like that. That's always a bonus.
I don't know how you guys have all these computer problems when you got like 10,000 download speed. And I'm out here floating around with 115, rocking it like a 80s rock star.
I don't know.
I had to reboot earlier because something warped my graphics.
Yeah.
And I had a line across my screen.
Ew.
Like through all my windows. And I'm like, what the heck happened?
Did you see one? I had a reboot too, because that was the exact same thing that happened to me.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with the 400 Foundry, because it was happening with something with the map. It didn't like the map, and
well,
it does that when the graphics or whatever like too high, and you like minimize a window or something.
So, so I am going to do this, and I hate having to do this, but I am going to stop and start the stream, just because the stream's frozen for me. Is anybody else watching the stream? Is the screen frozen out there for you guys as well?
I see you moving and talking.
Okay, that's just me then. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't have near that down, but I'm on Wi-Fi.
I seen the chat scrolling.
Yeah, my chat scrolling and stuff, but my video is just frozen, so I'm just gonna stop it. I refreshed the page and everything, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, first of all, I want to apologize to everybody for the issues we've had tonight trying to get this stuff figured out. Varus, I did look into it. It does not look like it's built in that it's ×4. So we're just going to have to manually roll your damage, and I'm going to have to apply backstab damage, because I agree. I like the 4D whatever. It just sucks that we're going to have to like just roll it. We might be able to do something along the lines that I used to have to do, where we
make a macro maybe.
That's what I was saying. Make a macro for each weapon.
Yeah.
The only thing is you have to know whether it's a large or small creature. So does that mean you have to have a macro determine if it's large or small? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a pain.
Yep. So I'm going to look and see if there's any modules out there that allow you to customize your, because I know there's probably some for the 5E. Because the only other thing I can do is I have the code for this system. So I can always make a tweak myself and upload my own custom version of it, but I just haven't got into that. But
yeah, all right. Well, I appreciate you working with me on that.
yeah, oh no, we've been doing it for a while, and it's like, I don't want to gank you because of that. But yeah,
I read an article that said the
I'm
more dice
doing.
you roll,
Oh,
the more dice you roll, the better odds you have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm acting like a fighter because of that. That's part of why I've been. I mean, I'm sure I'm sneaking around, but I am taking a lot.
Yeah.
Because I'm like right in the middle of it.
So
Yeah. But
anyway.
yeah, that's just. But yeah.
Anyway, we're good.
And yeah, roll on. Yep.
Can have a damage action instead of a base weapons. Can be. All right, so give me just a second here. Oh, okay. So, it looks like I might be able to add an action or a property onto a weapon. Okay, so yeah, so what I can do is we can go in and add a custom action onto the weapon, right? So, like, when you cast a spell, it says cast, and then for the magic missile, it gives you like, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what would happen is it would give the flail attack, and then for damage, it would say damage or backstab damage. And then we could do like backstab large, backstab small, medium. You know what I mean? So that you would be able to select which damage you wanted, and it would roll appropriately. It would just mean that we'd have to customize each one of your weapons, but that's probably an easier route in the long run doing that. So maybe I'll take a look at doing that this week and get those added for you. No, which I guess your backstab is typically your sword, so I'll start with that one, and then we'll work through the other weapons as well. But cool. So anyway, that was the guys that do the system getting back saying, hey, why don't you try it this way? I'm like, oh, sweet, I like it. But anyway, for everybody that's out there, again, I do apologize for all the garbage that's been going on. I don't know what the heck happened tonight, but be that as it may, we are back in the thick of things as our party has just taken on a pair of Adiugs as well as a few of the small creatures. Let's just call them, for sake of a lack of a better term, Germalane. And we shall call those Germalane critters.
How about Dingalings?
Yes, Dingaling could be fine. But you guys now find yourself in this large, open, empty, wet, slimy chamber. Not quite as deep and thick and muck as you were in previously, but it is rather thick. And it smells as hideous as any other place. The closest smell I could say besides the sewers of Greyhawk is for those that go to the south side of Greyhawk on the outer skirts of the town. There is a huge trash heap there. Kind of smells like that. It's like a mix of dung and trash and muck and swamp gas and all mixed together to give you this nice heady aroma of, oh my God, I'm going to puke.
Yeah, well, I say we come around mounds and use that detect magic, take a look around, and then move on.
Okay. All right.
Maybe see if there's any, like, chests or anything.
Okay. Go ahead, and whoever has it, who has the wand anyway?
Oh, it's in the bag of holding.
Oh, okay. As you hand the wand to the magi or the mage.
And I did see him down here at this southern end, almost like he was nesting or something. So, DM, I'm going to look down there.
All right, go ahead and give me search checks. As you cast Detect Magic and Baron walks into the room with Detect Magic circling everywhere, and I've got to see how far 60 feet goes from you, because I think the range is 60 foot, anything within 60 foot. So that's definitely the whole chamber. As you circle around, you find nothing radiates any magic in this chamber, nor do you find anything other than rooting up little bits and pieces of metal and broken armor. And just as I said before, it seems intuitively that these creatures ate and digested and excremented out whatever it was they ate, and everything that wasn't digestible. Other than that, so apparently the metallic stuff was not quite digestible to them. But other than that, nothing gives off any magic. You don't find anything down here in the little cubby area. It appears to be, for all intents and purposes, an empty garbage chamber.
Is there any way out of here? Or?
Yes, to the north, you see there are 2 exits. One to the left and one to the right.
Well, let's make our choice.
I've always heard go left.
Any obvious traps?
No, as a matter of fact, there does not appear to be. You can see that the both of the tunnels are. Hang on, there's actually 2 different descriptions here. I want to make sure that I get the correct ones right. Does it have a? Yeah, I was looking for if it had the chamber number. So, anyway, the one that goes to the right. Well, they're both like muddy and slimy. The one to the right appears to begin to slope downward slightly. Just as it hits the corner here, it begins to sort of go down as if it's going deeper into the earth.
Okay.
Okay.
And does this look like it goes up? Or...
No, this one sort of stays on the same level, and it just twists and turns and heads off into deeper into the mountainside, if you will.
So deeper into the mountain? Maybe it circles around to that other area?
Perhaps.
Or do we want to go down and risk having things behind us?
Well, I'm a big fan of trying to square away one level at a time.
Yeah, we've done that in the past, so let's go this way then.
All right. Let me
As I poke ahead with my 10-foot pole.
As Zadkiel moves to follow. As you step in, you see that the tunnel goes to the north, and immediately on your left, you can see there is a narrow, small, like a 6-inch round hole leading into.
Yeah, those little bastards.
Give me a hear noise, please.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look around for more of those ropes and wires.
Okay, go ahead and give me a check for traps, if you will.
Yeah, here's the hear noise.
Who can do hear noise?
I can do that.
Pretty much anybody can, but he has a good. As you sort of listen, you can hear chittering noises coming from deep within the small tunnels.
Rats and or
yes, the sounds kind of the both, but more not as much rat as the sound that those creatures made when they were excited and attacking. And you find no other traps or anything else that would indicate that like you're gonna get.
So those low guys are probably we'll probably run into more of them. So be ready.
They're just pissed off we killed their rancors.
Yeah, pretty much.
Killed their what?
Rancors.
Yeah, we killed their. Yeah, we killed their trash.
Personally, I think the union's going to be pissed that their trash is no longer going to get picked up on time.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We upset the little dudes.
Yep, you did. All right. As Zadkiel follows behind you, bringing up the rear.
Where's Baron?
Baron's way down here. I'll bring him up.
Here.
I got him. Now.
Okay, good. I've got to, trying to make this thing bigger.
No worries, man. No worries at all.
Try to move it around.
Hey, it looks like it circles around. I bet it, and that's that other chamber.
Okay. Moving up. Following you back around.
Keep looking out for any tripwires or.
Okay. How often do you want to check? Is it like every 10 feet, every
Yeah,
20
like
feet, every 30 feet?
Yeah, 10, 15 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly when I'm going around corners.
Okay.
Type thing.
All right. So as you come down to this corner down here, you find more of these small openings. Go ahead and give me another find remove traps check, if you will. And once again, you take about 5 minutes or so to kind of determine what's going on. And you find nothing. No traps. Although, again, you see several of these little holes, and the tunnel immediately U-turns and heads back to the north. Excuse me.
Wait for people to catch up.
Yeah, I'm trying to. The problem I have on the map here is that
it's twisty turny.
Well, it's not just twisty turny, but it's like I have to. It's like if I hit the escape, it just tries to reload. I don't. It's not letting me pick anybody, so I'm gonna move the guy. I have to move the guy with the light down there in front of everybody, so I hate to do that to him. Well, I just hate to do that because otherwise, on the map for the stream, nobody sees anything except the little circle. They don't see the body.
Yeah. Yep.
So again,
Holy crap, I actually moved my character.
I know. Look at you. As the tunnel again begins or continues to wind upwards towards the north.
Twisty turny.
Yep.
I'll have another check here at this corner.
Yeah, you find no traps in this area as you approach this other corner.
Find no traps, so you're sliding down a chute that's got spikes at the bottom.
Hey.
You haven't found them yet.
I shoved you first.
I don't find traps yet. As the tunnel continues to work its way, winding deeper and deeper. Oh, crap. I lost sight of him. There he goes. Hang on just a sec.
Yeah.
You know, this pop out used to.
This is like a.
What's that?
The pop out used to stay at the bottom of my screen. Now, every time I grab a new guy, maybe because I'm moving two guys.
Maybe.
These tunnels wind like snakes.
Yes. Oh, gosh. Boy, what an analogy, eh?
Come on.
All right, left and right.
Baron's got to catch up. I'm stuck behind Baron.
Oh.
I say left.
Where did he go?
I got him. I moved him.
Okay.
This twisty turny stuff is a little bit difficult.
Right.
Yeah. Take another check.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a.
There they are. Okay, great.
As you find no traps on this turn either.
They're just lulling us to sleep.
Pretty much. And around we go.
Are there two of me?
So a lot of times I've found that like if I move you for some reason and you go to move yourself, the system's like, oh, there's two different people moving it, so let's just put 2 tokens on there. And then eventually one of them will disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move you to keep your light along with where everybody's at.
So okay. I will let you.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I want the people on the stream to see because
we didn't take this northern passage.
No,
we went left.
We went left instead.
Okay.
All right.
I was hoping this would circle back to that other weird chamber, but it's not looking that way. Although we are going a really roundabout way, so
Nope.
it might.
Is anyone a dwarf?
I'm sure if I saw a door, the DM would let me know.
Sorry, Ronnie. I was moving the bear for you just to make it easier on you. Once again, it begins to wind, but up here you see that the tunnel begins to sort of straighten out a little as it turns back toward the south. It becomes slightly wider. The stench gets to be a little less, though not much, but it becomes much more earthy.
Hey, there we go. I start knocking the damn mud off my boots.
The tunnel itself winds, and as I said, it appears to go on forever. The air becomes cool and damp, but the walls become relatively dry. You have noted all along the way small little holes peppering the entire route of these same small tunnels that these creatures, the Germalane. Finally,
It's like it ends.
finally, you come to an area. It doesn't dead end, but I did kind of block it so I could give you get a chance to give a description before anybody went. Anyway, the tunnel that you were in has continued to twist and turn, and then slowly, as you turn south, it begins to gradually slope downward. And when I say slope downward, I mean that the ceiling begins to slope downward. So as you have moved your way south, the ceiling itself gets lower and lower and lower until right where you're about at, Varys, you find that in order to continue any further, you're going to have to get on your hands and knees to press ahead. You can see that up ahead, the ceiling itself is about maybe 4 feet high, but thick vines and roots stick through the ceiling down into the tunnel itself to sort of force you down to kind of crawl through in order to get through them. While the vines
sounds like a job for Ronnie.
You can only see. I was going to say you can only see a few feet ahead, and while the vines appear ordinary, there is a strange, pungent odor coming off of them. The floor throughout this low tunnel is littered up ahead with bones of animals, humanoids, and even what appears to be several of those small creatures that you guys encountered back with the Audios. The vines hang limply, sort of dangling, clogging up the route ahead. Despite the lack of any light, they somehow are still growing.
Yeah, that bothers me a lot. Hey, Ronnie, I don't think this is, I think maybe we should either go back and go down, or we need to, maybe cleanse this with fire or something.
Yeah, they sound like some murderous roots to me.
Can you detect what it is?
Well, I can certainly draw upon my druidic lore to see if I have anything in there describing such a monstrosity.
Well, remember we saw the weird plants in the strange round metallic place we were at in the mountain. I don't know. We never figured out what any of those were, though.
Go ahead and give me Ronnie, give me a. Well, do you have like identify plants and stuff like that? Is that a spell you have or an ability you have?
It's well. Let me make sure I word it correctly. Yeah, so at third level or higher, which clearly I am, I can identify plant and animal types and determine when water is pure and safe to drink.
Okay, go ahead. I still want a. Let's. It's your score is wisdom. Give me a wisdom check, please. So as Ronnie is looking around, he sees that these appear to be natural vines of some kind. However, they have thick stalks and they're very clogging, right? It's like a wall that gets covered in vines, you know what I mean? Only this one's growing on the inside of the cavern walls. The vines themselves have a very dark color and almost black, and it's covered with short, fine spines, almost like a thorn bush. Only think of a thorn bush, but every like centimeter there's a little spine instead of like 3 or 4 on a branch or a stem. Dozens of them circling the entire thing. You have seen this type of plant before, and as Varys mentioned, you actually saw them on the strange alien caverns that you guys were in, where when you guys actually stepped in, these vines wrapped around you and tried to drag you into some central mass of whatever it was. And it now appears to be choking. However, Ronnie, you can actually see in past the vines, you can see that this thing opens up into a tunnel that slopes more naturally high, or at least better than having to crawl, but it actually enters into a cavern that appears to have a tunnel leading down.
Are we going to have to burn our way through these?
I don't know. It definitely looks like we don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
What was the ability you had, the anti-magic or anti-plant?
Oh, I have an anti-plant shell. I've been holding on. I'm going to make sure I memorized. Hold on.
And when I see spines, I think
I
paralysis.
do have it memorized.
All right. He does have it memorized. So what do we want to do?
Well, we can use it, gentlemen, and it lasts for quite a while, but I won't have it again if we run into some other need.
Yeah.
Can you try to cut your way through it first and then cast a spell if that doesn't work?
We tried to hack these things before, if I remember right?
You are correct, and it was like for every one you cut, there were another 2 or 3 that were there to
fire.
attack.
Magic is going to be the way.
Well, I have an easy solution, gentlemen.
Turn it here.
80-foot radius DM.
Okay. Ronnie casts his magic shell. And around you guys suddenly appears this shell of energy. And what's the radius on it?
80 foot.
It's an 80-foot radius or a 40-foot radius, 80-foot around?
80-foot radius, DM.
Nice. So that means everybody should easily be covered. All right. As you begin to move through the
Where's
plants.
the pilot?
He's around there somewhere. We don't really need them.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to. I'm drawing up some stuff here really quick. You guys begin to move your way into the. That's darn it. My map is stuck. For me, not for you. All right, there we go. Beginning to move your way down, suddenly the plant begins to come to life as you guys find, of course, just like happened previously, the plants begin flailing at you, but as Ronnie moves and the shell sort of follows behind him, the plants are unable to attack you guys because of the magic of the shell. And you see that the tunnel itself begins to slope downwards at a little bit of a steeper angle, but eventually you find yourselves out of the yeah, this is what I was worried about. Sorry, hang on just a second. All right, and here. And though you can't see quite that far, as you guys come down into a tunnel leading straight ahead, and it comes eventually to a nexus where there are 5 branching tunnels, and I'm only going to put one of you down there because we're going to end here before we have to go too much further. You guys, you get to a nexus. Damn, why is that so dang loud? You get to a nexus where you see that there are 5 tunnels branching in different directions. And like I said, that is where we're going to end tonight's game because A, there's a lot of stuff coming up that I want to make sure that I get right, and B, I want to make sure that I get all the walls in there correctly. So that is where we are going to end tonight. I've been having a lot of issues with these maps just because of all the twisty-turny tunnels, and this one's not much better. So I need to get all of this fixed. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and end a little bit early. I know normally we go to 11, but this will give some of us old people a chance to
Thank you.
get to bed early.
I get up at 4:30 this morning, so
I know. Yeah, it sucks for me too, man. I've been having to get up at like 10 o'clock every day. It's like crazy.
Well, I was a little concerned about the name of that music.
What are you talking about?
That net 20, but that's okay.
Oh, no, you'll save it. We'll save it.
Okay. Nice.
Yep, not a big deal. It's just because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. So
I give you subs.
yeah, well, hey, man, you know, whatever.
Well.
But anyway, we're going to
Talk to you all later. Have a good one.
Yep. So we're gonna figure out. Tonight was not the greatest of sessions. Again, I apologize to everybody what you had to go through and whatnot, but a lot of little things irked me. The movement thing really irritated the hell out of me. It's just kind of a cascading thing. So we haven't had a session that went technically sideways in a long time. So I guess I should count my lucky stars. But hopefully this Friday will be a lot better. So for those that didn't see or hear originally as the stream first started, Lando, who plays Varys in our game, has a Greyhawk Con or Gary Con coming up. And he did post in our Discords. He's got some slots that are available.
Yeah, I'm running G1 through 3 against the Giants.
Nice.
Only I'm using Castles and Crusades.
Very cool.
For Trillon games. And I am part of the Endless Worlds or organized play. So all the games are going to be counted for that. and
Yep,
so
nice.
come play. I'm gonna have 3 gens, so I have 2 slots left for the G3 modules.
Yep.
So you get to play a 12th level character.
Nice,
So
nice. You're actually you're doing it online, right? You're not doing it at
yeah,
the event?
I'm
Okay.
virtual. Now
Okay.
there is like 60 events
Yeah.
that they're running there at the con. I'm one of the only virtual GMs for them,
Yeah.
but it
Very
is
cool.
what it is.
Yep.
But
No, that's cool, man. That's awesome. So
but
yeah,
yeah,
so go
Wonderful.
check it out, man. Go check it
yeah.
out for everybody that enjoys old school D&D, man. So Castles and Crusades is pretty cool too. So anyway, we are going to so we are here next Monday, I hope. Let me double check the date because I always do things stupidly. So it's the 4th. Good. Toward the end of March, my son, daughter-in-law, and grandkids are going to be in town. So one of those Mondays or that whole week, I won't be gaming. So, but I encourage everybody to come check us out this coming Friday. As we do our 5th edition game right here at the same channel. Like I said, hopefully it won't go sideways as badly as this one did. I really don't know what happened, but I'm glad we figured out just going into combat what solves everything. So I guess a little bit of, I guess people were tired of us just sort of role playing stuff. They want a little ass kicking to go on, but a little bit of combat, not too bad. You guys took care of business rather quickly, which is cool. Allows you guys to move into the stuff down below. So we're going to check all that out next week. But like I said, this Friday, catch us at 7:30 for our 5th edition game. Same rules kind of apply there, man. Don't forget to get there early, get a good seat, get your drinks, get your snacks, make sure the players got their Nat 1s and or their Nat 20s. Don't forget to tell your friends, family, coworkers about us. You know where we're at. Just tell them, man, you want to see a fun shit show. Come watch us because we are Shiza Cinema. As my good friend Iger tells me all the time. I don't know. Do you guys see at the bottom of the on the right hand side the panels underneath the? Do you see the tabletop audio at all?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it. I
Yeah.
don't know
So
what
if
it
you
is.
if you click on that, it's supposed to open up, right? But the
Yeah.
problem is, I added a module. I got rid of all the music that I had because it was just there was just so much of it. It was hard for me to find anything, and I just temporarily created a little list of basics that I use for eerie combat stuff like that. But tabletop audio, if you have not used their site, it is really good stuff, man. But they have this plugin for Foundry that you can it'll link to their account. So if you become a Patreon member of theirs, you can then get this plugin for Foundry and then you could play their music over Foundry. Problem is I'm finding out that if there's the website, if it's on a website and it's hosted, it's not on your Foundry, then you get permissions issues because it's talking to another site, right? So for those that are familiar with web development, you got to have certain code in place that allows you to stream from other sites or whatever, and they have to be able to talk to each other. Well, I found out I became a Patreon, so I got their plugin and stuff, and now I'm like, shit, I can't even use it because it says tabletop audio refused to connect because there's what we call a cores issue, and so it won't let me connect. So I'm going to end up having to drop my Patreon until they can get that solved. I tested it in my Foundry app on my local machine and it works fine, but because this is hosted on another server, it won't work because of that. So I'm hoping that eventually the plugin will get fixed so I can use it.
Could you put in an explicit statement, maybe
Well,
through your?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not for sure 100% because you can do a lot of your own. Like you can go to the plugin, their GitHub, right, and you can download their code and do whatever. Most of the modules are like that. But more than likely, what I'm going to do is you can download their audio as MP3s onto your computer.
And
And
just
so,
play it out.
so I'll just, well, what I'll do is I'll download it. And that's what I did before is I downloaded my favorite ones and then I uploaded it to my, I have a cloud storage here in the Forge. I just upload it into my assets folder, and then I can add all of those as my assets into my own, right? So I can just go pick the one. But I just would like it if I could just pick right from there and play it right from here.
Yeah.
I have the Lord of the Rings soundtracks.
Yeah.
Loaded from my Lord of the Rings game.
Yep. Exactly.
So
yep.
it's awesome.
But anyway, like I said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight, and hopefully, I will. No. Cardman, I'm sorry I didn't see your question until just now, man. He had that like for a while, and especially he picked it up and we were glad that he had it when we were in the Barrier Peaks because they had some need of it, I guess. So it was actually didn't you use anti? No,
we use it against shambling mounds.
Well, I'm thinking when you guys
used it in Amber.
Yes, thank
Amber.
you. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I didn't remember how you got it at that. Like, you guys, I didn't realize you were that high a level when you got it. But it's 4th level spell, right?
Oh, I closed my sheet, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it is. It's not a big deal. I can look just because now I'm curious. If we go to his spell book, and it's anti-plant shell is a 5th level spell. So I was like, how did he have anti-plant shell when we went through? Because you guys weren't that high. You were high, but I don't know. I didn't know. But it doesn't matter.
It was on a scroll. We had one on a scroll.
Was it? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
I don't remember having I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's definitely a handy-dandy spell, especially if you're in the outdoors and in the woods. But we're going to figure out who we want to raid so we don't have to keep people here too long. So I hope you guys will hang with me just a second.
Good night.
All right, man.
All
right, we'll talk to you later. We're going to go over back to Mini Ruckus again. So
he's doing Warhammer.
Is he?
Yep.
Cool. Let's go. Let's bounce over to him, man. Kind of got into him when I was watching him. I forget who. I think was it Darling that recommended him to me. But we're gonna bounce over there. If you haven't seen him, these guys are great. He's a really good painter. Has a great stream, man. The guy's awesome. So I encourage you to give him a follow, give him a like, or whatever the case may be. But in the meantime, just remember, from us, in a world that you can be anything you want, all we ask is that you be kind. So we are going to bounce on over to him. Let's see how many we can get. We had like 3 viewers. I'm like, ooh, we got 3 viewers. But, we're gonna go over. There was much rejoicing. Hey, man, there's not a whole bunch of us, but there's a couple of us. So I appreciate you guys staying with us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
Don't forget to raid. And of course, it never brings me, so now I got to go over there myself. Bah humbug.
The hell is that? Some type of German glue?
I don't know.
I think I'm. Let's Google this.
I guess he's kind of Googling.
Because I've got the multi-purpose adhesive. I think I have the wrong bottle. I think I have the wrong bottle. I need the all-purpose adhesive, not the multi-purpose adhesive. Damn it!